When I first started doing gun reviews, I went through the guns that I had at my disposal pretty quickly. And what I did at the time was I started going around to different shops in the Houston area asking them if I could review their guns. I got a lot of no's, but there was one shop that told me yes. It was a small shop in Houston. And I thank them to this day, because without them, I don't think I would have been able to develop the momentum to get to where I am now. And I truly am grateful for that shop. On Quiet as Kept, it's got me through a lot of hard times during that period as well, because it served as a beautiful distraction from what I was dealing with. That said, I always have it in my heart now. There's this soft spot in my heart that I have for small shops. So whenever I can, I try to highlight smaller shops on my channel. One of those shops is Iron Monkey Rifle Works, and it's owned by one of my friends named Austin. Austin is out of the Seattle area, which to me is kind of weird considering the way Seattle is about guns, but that's neither here nor there. But what Austin does is essentially engage in blingifying firearms. He makes guns look really cool and sexy. And one of the ways he does that is by utilizing different types of coating. He also does Cerakote, PVC, titanium nitride, you name it. He posted a picture of a Staccato that he did, and I fell in love with it. So I thought to myself, why don't I take my Prodigy and then turn it into this?
All right, bro. So I stole your Staccato from you, and I told you I wouldn't give it back. But you know, there's this thing about going to prison, going to jail. I'm just not a fan of that.
All of that.
But nonetheless, you took my Prodigy. You wanted me to send you my Prodigy so that you can kind of do what you did to the Staccato to my Prodigy. But before we kind of get into all of that, I want to like talk about like how did you even get into this whole thing as is? Like what was your background in it originally?
Yeah, in the industry, I think, to be honest and not to be weird or anything like that, it was just like a fascination about firearms, on neutralizing the playing field. It's like, how can I leverage some of my insight on firearms and develop some sort of company and build a place that people could feel comfortable asking questions on firearms, and that extrapolated. I'd worked at Facebook for many years, and I just got bored doing what I had to do, you know, pleasing my Asian parents, of course, into doing what I wanted to do. So of course, you know, the local community in Washington is really, really cool in terms of firearms. We just got together and I started working some companies. Shout out to Paul over at Fortis, giving us our first shot working in manufacturing. And it just spiraled, and we built really great relationships. We loved on people, and here we are today. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, that's what's up.
Before you finish watching this video, a word from our sponsor. Have you ever thought about making a living in the firearms industry? If you enjoy gun repair, ballistics, and learning about firearms, Sonoran Desert Institute's online courses might just be a good fit for you. To find out more, visit sdi.edu or call 480-999-4767 today.
All right, so you brought me my Prodigy, and the thing is stunning. It's stunning, especially more stunning considering I have my logo on it too. You know, that's that little narcissism coming in, popping in there, right? But just kind of talk to me about, for me, I don't know anything about this, honestly. This, for me, my love affair with this is purely aesthetic. But then also running your Staccato, from a functional standpoint, functions just fine, if not better, considering how smooth it is. Now, talk to me about what is this, a finish? What is this?
Yeah, dude, I call it black magic, but I don't know, maybe that's what they call you, eh? But holistically, we took the Prodigy, right? A very, respectfully, it's just a great starter 2011 that anyone can access. And we dressed it up. It's the same firearm holistically, but we brought it into a space where people can see it and say, hey, actually, the way it looks when you put a little, you know, love and elbow grease into it, you can really brighten it into that luxury item. But if it doesn't shoot and you can't run it hard, it is literally just a paperweight. And so that's where we started using like kind of the frameworks that I used in tech, and that's pushing the boundaries of what exists, and iterating and extrapolating and trying and testing and doing it again. And that's what we did here. So we wanted to actually take advantage of like a beautiful firearm, but remove it from that cartel, like gangster movie type pistol that you see so much in the films that we love. So what I did is we wanted to go with a diamond-like carbon coating, because I love that shiny black. Now
so, real quick, so I remember when I first heard diamond-like carbon coating. I had no idea what the hell that was. and even to this day, it still kind of escapes me. Kind of talk to me a little bit about what exactly is diamond light coating.
Yeah.
It's because it's a cool sounding ass name, right?
Yeah.
But what exactly, like, we don't turn into a physicist on me or anything like that.
Yeah.
But just kind of talk to me about what is that? Like, what is it about that coating?
Yeah, without going full Chinese on you, it's a type of PVD coating, which is physical vapor deposition. I know I already lost you, but here's what it was. We were working in manufacturing, building tons and tons and tons of gun parts all day cutting, and you'd see these beautiful cutting tools in these end mills in these $200,000 machines, right? And I was like, why is this gold and why is this shiny black? Why is this one almost chameleon colored? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's because these cutting tools are made to have high friction and they cut through parts all day, every day, but the coating is what makes it valuable. So we wanted to take that technology and put it into your firearm. You'll never get your firearm hot enough to really affect the coating. You'll never shoot it enough to ever get it to a place where it gets any sort of RPM similar to those cutting tools. So using physical vapor deposition, it's diamond like carbon is the coating that we used here. And of course, it had to be a flawless glass-like mirror finish before we even did that. Because you can do DLC, allegedly, like a lot of companies do DLC.
Yeah.
But what happens is it just looks like an anodized or any sort of, black nitride or oxide coating. So we did our full mirror polish, so it looked chrome plated, and then we did diamond like carbon, and that's what built this beautiful finish here, which is amazing.
So talk to me about just some of the, what do you call this actual particular design? I usually come up with a name for everything, right? I haven't quite figured out what I would name this type of pattern. I know there's probably a formal name for the pattern. What would that be?
Of course, we would just call this like a typed scroll engraving.
Gotcha.
A lot of our Latino community, and that's really where we started doing these, it's called rameando. Este tipo de arma necesita ramear the design. And so when we work with them, that's where that
Dog, you're not just gonna flip from English to Spanish and just act like it's normal.
Bro, you've been calling me Asian this whole time. I'm Mexican, bro. What's poppin'? I'm just kidding. No.
I'm like, wait, what the hell's going on
We
here?
love the Mexican community. We're taking over. Iron Monkey's taking over. So of course we want to tap in. So leveraging multiple languages, speaking to our customers in a way they can understand. But holistically, this design pattern is scroll. Now there are a lot of people who do scrolls, but we want to make sure that your scroll composition makes sense and is fluid to the firearm here.
Okay.
So that's what we did here. It's beautiful. You see how it lines up. You have a half scroll that goes through the bottom of the receiver, and it goes all the way up and connects to the slide there. And that's a great resolution. We love that. These are on blocks, and we cut Prodigy out so you can still see it. And then we do that same design across the board and also on to the barrel here, doing a full wrap. So call this.
The barrel always gets me because I forget it's there.
Yeah,
right? Like,
it's a sleeper bust down package. You feel me?
Yeah.
So that's really what we did here, and we love it. It emulates like Grandpappy's old lever gun that you saw that he loves, but it still accentuates some of the modern features. Also, not only is it high lubricity, it's low coefficient of friction, and that's how they design these coatings for manufacturing. Okay. And if it's good enough to put on a $1,000 drill bit, I think it's good enough to run on your gun. You know what I mean?
I don't disagree with you, brother. Don't disagree with you at all.
I call these packages, we are usurping these safe queens, man. You gotta take them out, you gotta shoot them, you gotta run them like peasants. And then you put them back and they're still beautiful, bust down, untouched, flawless. And that is our baseline expectation. That's where we start. Everything after that's magic.
All right, so that's enough talking. Let's go ahead and do some shooting.
Let's get to shooting.
All right.
Right now, there's a culture war against the Second Amendment, which is why I need your help spreading our message to counter their message. You can help do this by leaving a comment, sharing this video, and click the bell and subscribe button. Let my voice be your voice, and let them know you want to keep America tactical, because the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed wasn't a suggestion, it was a directive. Also, if you're wondering where to purchase your AR-15s are essential, I will not comply. I am the militia, the new Draco design, and your state-specific Keep America Tactical shirt. click the link under the Keep America Tactical in the description section of this video. Or if you're watching this on mobile, tap the small triangle on the lower right-hand side of this video and click the link in the description.